Hello mirrors. So today I'm going to be doing a love, general, and career reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the mid time of December to the end, so till the end of this year. If you're new here, go ahead and hit subscribe. I'd love to have you added to my family. If you want to just skip straight to the readings, those timestamps are going to be in the description box. But if you're new here, I would love to explain a little bit about my channel. So I do tarot readings purely based off of a law of attraction. My readings are meant to empower you, to help shift your beliefs, or to confirm that you are on the right track to manifesting exactly what you want, because you can manifest the life that you desire. This is possible with the people you want, the jobs you want, the energy you want, but there is a shift that needs to be taken, and this is part of why we're on this planet, so we can manifest and we can become like gods. We were created in God's image, meaning that we were created to be manifestors ourselves, and that's kind of the journey that we go through, from feeling this illusion of having no control to being able to manifest with our beliefs and our minds without even having to touch the external world, except when we feel divinely guided to. So that is what these readings are meant to do. So it may be a little bit different than other tarot channels that you're used to. So with that being said, I do want to go ahead and get started. If you're interested in a private reading, that information is in the description box. And it'll be $5 for your first question. You'll get a 10 to 15 minute video and then $7 for every question after that. But I do want to go ahead and just get started with Sagittarius and the general reading. If you're not interested in the general and you're just interested in, say, the career or love reading, you can just go straight to those based off of the timestamps. We have the Ace of Pentacles, which did come up sideways. I am taking it upright for now, but that's interesting to note. The World, and the Two of Wands in the reverse, and I'm going to get clarifiers for these as well. But this is almost kind of like, the vibe I'm getting from these three cards is the start of something new, like something tangible, something that's very fulfilling, that you don't necessarily need a specific plan for, but that's very broad. I do want to get some clarifiers on these. This is what I'm feeling. So the Ace of Pentacles is clarified by the King of Swords in the reverse. The World is clarified by the Six of Wands in the reverse. Okay, and the Two of Wands is clarified by the Nine of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so this is a lot tougher energy than I initially was picking up on. Okay, Sagittarius. So what I'm hearing straight away, a Sagittarius's journey is meant to be one of adventure, of freedom, of having no boundaries. And the main thing I'm hearing is that a lot of you have set so many limitations on yourself. I know we don't have Eight of Swords, but I'm kind of getting an Eight of Swords vibe here of self-limitation. Like, you can have so much more than you want. Your idea of the world is a lot smaller. Like, you need to be thinking universe. Like, maybe you're very focused on, say, manifesting the perfect, well, I don't want to say perfect. Maybe you're working on, oh, I want this job, but that job is not in alignment with what can actually be beneficial for you, and not just you, but the world. I'm really feeling like you're being drawn to things that actually expand outside of your little bubble. You're wanting to expand this bubble. You're wanting to increase your manifestational abilities, and you have every ability to do that. King of Swords to me is often my truth card. So it coming up in the reverse and the Ace of Pentacles coming up sideways, it's kind of like you're not seeing the truth of what you're able to do. You're just thinking too small. So like I said, maybe you're worrying about this one relationship, or this one thing in your life, and it's really pulling you out of the track you're meant to be on, because you're meant to be so expansive and so free and so unbounded. It's also what I see with the World and the Six of Wands in the reverse. So with it in the reverse, it makes me feel like you're meant to be recognized. You're meant to be a very powerful leader. A lot of you guys listening, you're meant to be known literally around the world, but you're not thinking that way so far. Maybe you're just struggling with getting out of bed every day. Maybe you struggle just with eating the proper foods. You know, sometimes some of us wait to accomplish specific things like having that relationship or having X, Y, or Z before we even go on to the next step, when as conscious manifestors, we're meant to be much more than that. We're meant to kind of do a 360 approach. Roxy Talks has very good videos specifically on a 360 approach, but this is specifically about working on manifesting in all areas of your life. So you might want to take pen to paper and write down the things you want to manifest in your life and work on all of these things. Work on affirming these things. If you're working on, say, your body, when you look in the mirror, tell yourself that you're beautiful. Imagine yourself with the type of body you want and take inspired action towards that. If you want a relationship, make sure you're affirming only good things about the relationship. If your partner isn't communicating, it's okay. Tell yourself, my partner is amazing at communicating. I love talking to my partner and they love talking to me. These kinds of things. You want to work in as many different areas as possible. It'll really help with the time that it takes to manifest, and it'll help you stay inspired because you'll see these manifestations happen over time. So like I said, it really feels like you are meant to be this victorious, like recognized, inspiring leader, but you're not taking on that role because you're too worried about maybe one or two things in your life. You're thinking too small. So with the Two of Wands in the reverse and the Nine of Cups in the reverse, this may be saying that you do need to do a little bit more planning. Like I said, put pen to paper. Come up with a practical plan for what you want. You're not very fulfilled or happy right now. And it's just, again, because you're thinking too small. Like you need to realize that you deserve to have the things that you truly desire on a soul level. You deserve to have all of them, not just one or two, not just X, Y, or Z. You deserve all of it. And knowing that you're worthy of that will really help you push yourself to think and to act in alignment with that. But let's go ahead and start getting into these oracle cards. You are good enough. Oh my gosh, that is so funny because I was just saying that. You are absolutely, absolutely worthy of the things that you want. And I think a lot of you are struggling with that feeling of unworthiness. It's very important for you as like a very first step of being a manifestor to know that you're worthy of these things. Now, there's a lot of blockages that come from that. A lot of this comes from childhood and not feeling good enough based off of society, what our parents have done to us, either consciously or, you know, it's basically unconsciously. Even in abusive situations, it's like they know not what they do because they're just not at a conscious level spiritually. So even if you had a good childhood, sometimes it only takes one thing from a child's perspective to really knock someone off their course in life. And that's also part of the, I don't want to say, ooh, throat chakra stuff going on. I don't want to say game, but it's part of like kind of why we're here and what we're dealing with and why we've chosen the lives that we've chosen. So you're meant to remember that you are good enough. You're meant to remember you're a divine being. Let's see. Say what you mean. Oh my gosh, that's funny because I didn't even look at this card when I pulled it and my throat I started to not be able to talk. So a lot of synchronicities going on with this. A lot of you are needing to speak up for yourself. You're maybe allowing people to step on you, but I think a lot of this has to do with what I was saying about taking pen to paper or saying it out loud, maybe even talking to someone about the things that you want. Even speaking it into existence can really be powerful in the long run. It could really be beneficial for you to start to even become conscious. If you could have anything you want, then you need to start thinking that way. Again, like if you want to travel the world and it's something you really want, but you just feel like, I can't do it, there's too many obstacles. I have to stay here because maybe my parents' dads are here, or, you know, whatever. My parents' dads, that's not what I was trying to say. Maybe my parents are here, maybe my kid's dad is here. Whatever it is, you know, and I have to stay here because my job is here. I don't make enough money to travel, these kind of things. When we're manifesting, a big part of that is knowing that the universe is the one taking care of it. We just need to put out what we want and be in alignment with that. We don't need to know how it's going to happen. We just need to be open and get out of the universe's way so it can help us manifest. We have twin flame, which is, I'm not in the love reading section right now, and this card does not come up often, which shows me that this card means serious business. A lot of you will be on a twin flame journey, but the fact that it came up in the general reading is saying that if you want to manifest this other part of you, you have to become a whole. You know, our society teaches us that a soulmate, twin flame, maybe whatever you want to call it, because we have many soulmates throughout life and a lot of them are not romantic, but twin flame is like society's idea of what a soulmate is, where it's like, oh, this is the other half and then I'm this half, and when we come together we're whole. And of course, it's just not spiritually sound. You are to become a whole version of yourself so you can manifest and attract the whole version of your twin flame. You may attract your twin flame before this. In fact, that's a big part of the twin flame journey, is you're pushing each other. But regardless, the fact that this came up in the reading is telling me that as you push yourself forward and you expand, you're actually going to attract this person in. And more than anything, this is the focus of yourself. And this is saying that you cannot put yourself on hold. You cannot put your expansion on hold for another person. It's not going to work that way. And it doesn't work for anyone, but especially here in this reading, this is saying this is extremely important for you to note right now. This says, trust your path. Oh my gosh, so funny. If you knew you were supported, what would you do? That's exactly what I was saying. If you knew that you could have anything, what is it that you would do? Because if you're feeling very limited, how in the world are you going to manifest what you want? You don't feel supported. You feel scared. You're scared to take those steps. Like I know that I'm supported on this tarot journey, for example, and sometimes it feels like all the odds are stacked up against me. I've been doing readings for I think 8 months on this channel. I have 143 subscribers, but it feels like this is my path. So I'm really trusting that the universe takes care of these things for me. And I have a lot of blockages up against a lot of the things on this channel. So it's been a journey to unblock these things. It takes time. You know, it's not all about the destination. It's about what it takes to get there. And this is what the universe is asking you to do. You can be supported. Like, I've been financially supported throughout this. My other job, I have a job online, so I have a lot of free time to do what I want. And I have the flexibility, and I'm still taken care of financially while I do this. So that's kind of an example. Know that you will be supported by the universe, but you have to take those leaps and bounds, and you have to start on a path. A path is knowing what direction you're going to go. You don't need to know exactly what this path is going to look like. You don't need to know all the steps. You just need to start walking and then take the twists and turns that the path shows you. And it will take you to your destination. And knowing that along the way you'll have guides, you'll have signs, you'll have synchronicities, you'll have awarenesses, you'll have epiphanies of what direction to take next, like when you go to forks in the road and all of that kind of thing. So I do want to start on the love reading, guys. This is very beautiful and synchronistic. I love when that happens. And let's see what is going on with your love life. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, so I'm going to start with pulling a couple of romance angel cards. We have It Is Safe for You to Love in the reverse. And soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. And then I'm going to clarify each of these with a tarot card. So It Is Safe for You in the reverse is clarified by the Three of Pentacles. And soulmate is clarified by Death. Okay, so let's talk about these cards. Starting off, It Is Safe for You to Love in the reverse, clarified by the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is often about alignment. Some of you guys, this could be about a work relationship. And you don't feel like it's safe for you to go in a direction of somebody because they're your boss or coworker. That will be for a select few of you. But more than anything, I take the Three of Pentacles as an alignment. As not seeing, some of you guys are not seeing how love can fit into your life. You don't see how a person can actually be in alignment with all these things. So some of you guys, I'm hearing, actually have a fear of a third party, which is why the Three of Pentacles is coming up. So you're really maybe dealing with past wounds from being cheated on. Understand that we do attract these situations. We attract these situations primarily because we don't feel like we're good enough. Like we cannot possibly be good enough for one person, that they will rather be with someone else. So understanding that when we feel worthy and we feel like kind of like we're goddesses or gods, and we feel very like we put ourselves on a pedestal, it actually makes it much less likely that we will manifest third-party situations. So a lot of you guys are very scared to love. This could even be like a subconscious fear. You may not actually understand this. You may think you're really ready and you really want a relationship. But this is saying the soulmate or twin flame, as we saw in the general reading, is awaiting for you. But there does need to be a shift. There needs to be changes. If you're with somebody, this is saying that this relationship is going to go through a next phase. There could be a death, which doesn't mean a breakup unless it's what you want to manifest. For some of you guys, you are ready to leave a relationship that doesn't really serve you, that you're not really feeling in alignment with, that you don't feel safe in. But for most of you, this is saying that your current relationship or a situationship or relationship you're hoping to manifest is right there for you. But you need to let go of feelings of unworthiness and fears. And this may take some work. But it's definitely going to take shifts. It's going to take changes. And that's okay. If it didn't, you would already have it manifested, you know. It is all a process, and it doesn't just happen overnight. We have wait. This came up in the reverse, which is weird. Okay, wait. And I don't read reversals on these. That's why I flipped this over. Wait, it is not time yet. Things are being woven. Here we go again with the synchronicities today. I love when the readings come out synchronistically. You know, I'm not even gonna explain that any further because it was just confirmation on what I was just saying. One time I did a reading for Gemini, and I had 2 tarot cards, and then I clarified each tarot card, and the clarifications were the same exact ones that I just had pulled before. And mathematically, the odds of that are like, they're absolutely astounding. It was really intense. One of the largest synchronicities I've seen in a reading. So we have victory, and then we have contract. Wow. So this is saying some of you guys are destined to be married one day. But there's some alternative meanings to this. Okay, so victory. We had 6 of Wands in the reverse in the general reading, which is often that's the victory card for me. So this is saying you will be victorious, but it seems like some of you guys have this contract. Like I said, this could be that some of you guys will definitely manifest marriage. It's in your blueprint, if that's like what you truly desire. But because in this card we have her with the blindfold on, I think for a lot of you guys, this is saying you're dealing with a karmic partner right now. And you may be ready to release this in order to manifest this victory and to manifest feeling safe and worthy. I think some of you guys are definitely dealing with that, or some of you guys can have ties from a past relationship and perhaps need to do some cord cutting. So definitely look into that if that kind of resonated with you. Let's see. Okay, I'm feeling drawn to picking one of these cards. And then I will pick one more card after this before I go on to the career reading. Nothing exists the way it appears. It is all up to our karma. Wow, that really goes along with what I was talking about as well. So people misunderstand karma. People think karma is a system of punishment. It is a system of understanding. We attract and accumulate karmic things. I was just talking about karmic partners, right? So we can understand. So perhaps we were put, I don't want to say put, we were born and incarnated into a family that didn't love us. And then we manifest a partner who doesn't give us the time of day, maybe is abusive emotionally, maybe even physically. And you know, multiple different things to help us see that we don't feel like we are worthy. It is a way for us to be able to see from the mirroring effect. And this is what this is talking about. Even nothing exists the way it appears. When you think about a mirror, it's a flipped image. So we don't see that when somebody is treating us badly, it's because we feel like we deserve it in some way. This is a lot of times buried down in our subconscious. That's why shadow work is so important. So the universe is really saying to stop externalizing, to start really looking at things on a cosmic level. And this is going to help you to break this contract, to break free so you can be victorious. And the fact that victory came out first is really beautiful because it's saying that you're already victorious. You know, time is a social construct. It is a 3D construct. It's not real. Everything already exists at once. So there's a timeline where you're victorious and you simply have to align with that. And the way you do that is to break this karma, to break these karmic patterns, and then you will be in alignment, okay? It's also part of this, things are being woven. And I'm going to pick one of these to close it off before I go into the career reading. The secret path, an irresistible pull down a distinct path. Wow, okay, so first of all, we got the path card in the general reading. So another tie. If you haven't watched the general reading, I might suggest looking at it because we have multiple cards here that are in alignment with the general reading. I think it's important for your love life, your general life sort of things you're going through. But also how I was saying that you're already victorious. So you're being pulled towards this timeline where you're victorious, where you are with your soulmate, your twin flame. And it's kind of like you go down this path and you encounter things that help you break this contract. Some of you guys, it might not even be this like conscious thing you're doing, like say cord cutting or breaking up with someone. It's more like you just need to trust in the end result, trust in the destination, and go towards that destination where you're happy, and things will come up and happen and appear on that path so that you can manifest this beautiful relationship in which you feel worthy and you're loved and your partner treats you as such, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and start with the career reading, Sagittarius. So I'm going to pull out all of the cards before talking about them. So I'm hearing two of these cards. We have loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. We have you're not for everyone, embrace your weirdness, face your true north. Interesting. Okay. Pick two cards from here. I'm hearing to clarify. So loosening your grip is clarified by the Knight of Swords. And you're not for everyone is clarified by Temperance. Both of these are in the reverse. Okay. Let's get a couple more cards out. Okay, confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. By the way, I intuitively just go for whatever things I feel for in these readings. I prefer that much over a specific card pull for each zodiac sign. Lightning. Amazing. Yes, and I'm going to pull one more. I'm hearing from here before we can go on. Okay, and healing, the door to personal healing and happiness, and that is in the reverse. Oh, you can't see that on screen. Let me pull this over. Okay, still kind of hard to see it all, but that's okay. Let's talk about this, guys. Lightning is about a sudden shift, okay? It is about like that lightning hitting and things shifting dramatically. It's kind of like the Tower card, but it doesn't involve destruction, although, I mean, it potentially can. This is about making a split decision to switch a job. It is about suddenly getting a promotion, or your duties and your job completely changing, or you having an epiphany of what you want to do. And in fact, I'm hearing that is actually what it will be for most of you, is an epiphany. So expect sometime soon that you're going to maybe have a dream, I'm hearing, or have just a sudden realization of a direction you want to go in. But it's definitely going to be different than what you're doing now. Doesn't mean a different job. It just could mean a different energy in what you're doing. Your confidence is your key. So again, there's kind of a prevailing theme throughout these readings, and that of worthiness. So even if this dream seems like pie in the sky, something that, like doing tarot reading and making a living off of it, but being an actor or whatever it is, even if it seems totally impossible, the universe is saying, don't think that way. Think that you are confident, worthy, and that you can have this. So we have some very tough cards here, but with starting out here, this is showing that these things are totally shifting, but it is up to you, which is Knight of Swords in the reverse, okay, and loosen your grip. So a lot of you guys may have very negative thoughts about your job, about your financial situation. You're very impulsive, maybe even in your decisions based off of your thoughts. You may say things when you're angry at work, or you may let negative thoughts roll in your head about what's going on rather than to shift them back to something positive. So the universe is really giving you the direction and saying that you need to let go. When we hold on to things so tight, there's no room for movement. So even just starting to loosen your grip, starting to see things on a larger level, starting to understand that you can manifest your reality, is really going to help you with this situation. You may even be addicted to negative thinking. A lot of us are. I know I am. I really have had to work really hard on shifting my thoughts to the positive. And that is the one thing that'll help, that'll make it difficult for you to manifest. And the one thing that will help is by consistently moving your thoughts to the positive. Doesn't mean don't feel your feelings. Feel your feelings, that's fine. You need to feel them, but feelings don't have to do with continuing to think negative and to think worst case scenario. We have You're Not For Everyone, Embrace Your Awareness, Face Your True North, which is saying that a lot of you might be in jobs that are completely not in alignment with what you want. That's why this came up in the reverse. It's not a healing job. It doesn't make you happy. You may be doing what other people expect you to do. Like maybe your parents, you're meant to have kind of a weird job. You're meant to do something different. I think that's also why lightning is here. You're meant to shift. You're meant to think bigger, better. Totally totally different from the norm, okay? And then you might want to look into your north node, guys, because like my north node is Pisces, which I have all this air in my chart. It's totally different than the watery energy of Pisces and the psychic energy of Pisces. But it's really funny that as a Gemini with all of this mercurial energy, I chose something that is both communicative and magical with tarot reading. Okay, but that's your kind of thing. So look into your north node. I think it's important for a lot of you guys. With Temperance in the reverse, this is saying a lot of you are impatient. A lot of you guys are not doing this alchemical process of letting these cups, basically this is like a balancing act. A lot of you guys are impatient, but it also could be saying that this change can happen extremely quickly and you won't have to wait. It'll be different for each of you guys. It may even be a little bit of both, that you're impatient, but once you loosen this grip and let go, things are going to happen really fast. Whether that means you'll literally get the job that you want really fast or even just have the awareness. I think for most of you guys, it's going to be more of the awareness of what you really, truly want to do, not what you're expected to do. So that's all I have for you guys. Okay, if you've enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell to let you know when I post new videos. Check out my timeless pick-a-cards. I'm really trying to promote them because I love, love, love doing them, but they don't get nearly as much attention as the zodiac readings, but they're really fun. So if you want to check out my pick-a-cards playlist, it is timeless. You can go to whatever one at any time and it will be applicable for you. But that is it, guys. I love you.